mine. Oh yeah. Then I know you know me. Then I feel you grow into a tree with your root.
I bumped my head this morning on my shelf. Okay, we're in Maritzburg and on the hunt. How big that is. We need to ask permission first, so we can't just take. So we'll maybe take 1 or 2 cuttings from here, just for variety. Okay, the idea is to drive around different areas and identify mother plants from which we can take cuttings, and then this way we are ensuring a bit of a diversity in just a range of plants, because we've noticed there's a slight difference within the Spekboom family between certain varieties. There's the almost like a creeping version, and then there's the thick kind of chunkier tree version, and then there's a bushier, straighter stemmed version as well, but it's got like a dark purple stem, so I'm not the expert, but that's what we're finding. So any nefarious activities seen around Maritzburg, we are just collecting samples of different varieties, and that is for diversity. We really want to see how many different varieties we can identify and see the characteristics of each and how they all adapt and behave in different environments.
It's the truth and knowing keeps inside your soul, connected to my home, and still I follow you. African lightning, charged and exciting.
Okay, this day is not over. I've arrived at this place with this massive Spekboom there, and the owner came walking down the road with his dogs. His name is Terence, and he's kindly offered me to take some cuttings to tidy up his driveway. How cool is that? After meeting Terence and Nelly yesterday, I got a good amount of stock, and on my way down to one of the sites, that is a lot of Spekboom. My car is too small for this job, so I've borrowed a massive car. It's a 7-seater, and there's no room for anything else but myself and Spekboom and seeds. Barley, amaranth. We're taking a variety of legumes too. Barlotties, we've got climbing nguni bean. What else have we got? Swedish brown, top crop, the orca beans, lappies, and we will document all the seed packs that are given out to make sure that we know who got what. And another thing would be to see the yield that we're getting from those kinds of quantities of seeds. So cool beans, cool seeds.
It's the truth and knowing keeps inside your soul, connected to my home, and still I follow you. African lightning, charged and exciting. Coaches colliding deeply on me. Your body absorbs me. Your body absorbs me. African lightning, charged and exciting. Coaches colliding deeply on me. Your body absorbs me. Your body absorbs me. I'll shelter in your precious space. I'll occupy. Oh, love shine, delicate Valentine, feel it divine. I wanna taste your soul shine. Let it run from your face to mine.
one of the uses of Spekboom is that it makes a terrific windbreak. So dealing with the prevailing winds from the south, east and west, and then the northeast in particular, which really comes through pretty strongly. So we are using a very basic technique, using a hoe and digging the hole into the prevailing wind. I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so we're on the boundary fence. The cool thing about planting Spekboom like this is you actually need to get on your knees. And it's quite, yeah, you appreciate what you're doing. You know, when you're standing up, you can't get perpendicular to the ground, which is kind of the goal. I'll be digging straight at you. So fortunately it rained last night and the last couple of days, so the ground is really soft. So the hoe goes in, and what you want to do is, before anything, just give it a little wriggle, pull it up a little bit, not too hard. You don't want to break the handle. Be patient, be kind, be gentle. The idea is just to loosen up the bottom a little bit, so you've got a bit of space for the bottom of the cutting. And then as you move up, put your hand underneath, and then so you're opening the hole as you go. Now, pop the cutting straight in, and it goes in pretty deeply. It goes in about 20 centimeters. That's wonderful, and it's really nice and tight. And then if you really want to just make sure, what I like to do is use my heel, not too close to the tree, but you really pack it in at the bottom. And there's the prevailing southerly wind. So that southerly wind has got worse and worse over the last 10 years. I haven't been spending time here over the last 10 years, but I just know, speaking to people who live here, that the wind speeds have increased quite a bit. When it's blowing hard, looking at like 80 kilometers an hour, and it blows all day.